Sunny is a young, healthy woman who is targeted by a Viking, but neither of them notice Agar. He feels pain as the Sunny stabs him with a knife, causing blood to gush from his cheeks. He dropped an axe in a fit of the rage, snatches Sunny, and hurls her to the ground. Agar's hear her head hit a stone steps with a bang as she falls heavily. The Viking ties her up by pulling a leather cord. Agar scrapes the axe, which is akin to one he used to chop down the trees, and notice that the shaft is balanced. Agar moves away outside the Viking grapes, and the man begins to stand up. Agar's cut through the Viking's head with an axe by the first swinging it in a circle and then back and forth. The Viking appeared to try to stay upright, but he eventually collapsed to the ground as if a candle had been extinguished. Agar knelt next to the Sunny, who was staring with her eyes open. Lifting her limp arm, he spoke her name. Her heart was gone from his senses. He closed her eyes by placing his fingertips on her the eyelid. He collapsed, letting his tears seep into her hand-crafted garment. Sick with the wrath, Agar grabbed the axe and hacked away at the Viking's lifeless face, severing the jaw, slashing the eyes, and breaking the forehead. A man having a tantrum, Agar recognizes his helplessness and the danger he faces. He becomes aware that he might be going to die when he hears shouting outside in a language that is somewhat similar to his own. He is afraid he will be discovered inside the dairy with his victim corpse. Seeking a place to hide, he scans his surroundings. He discovers and the overturned wooden mangers and pull it over to get at the eggs. Agar's wheat in fear that a Viking may walk in and examine under the manger as the light peeks through the space between the planks. If that occurs, he would attempt to murder the man right away in the eggs, but he would be greatly outmatched. Agar swear and drag Brindle into a feeding trot while he heard the noises of the devastation and the carnage. Brindle started licking the axe blade as if it were the Viking's brains. Agar stayed there, feeling both comfortable and unsure about the absence of the Vikings. He would cry and then he thinks about the Sunny and cry some more. Besides him, Brindle slept, but the wind and the shocky every now and then. Agars found relief in the imagery of the sinking ships, falling the oak trees and escaping the forest fires in his the nightmare. He could have dreamed that the Sunny was still alive and that the Viking raid was a bad dream, but he did not wake. Agars hears the simple voices of the Anglo-Saxon, but he does not see the anything. He wonders about the lives of his friends and the neighbors and believes the Vikings are no longer there. Brindle tries to get to his feet when stuck in manger. Agars tries to move after lifting the manger, but he is immobile. He notices The town has vanished when he peers out the dairy door. The majority of the homes have burned, leaving just the masonry buildings remaining. The monastery consisted of two stone structures, the church and the two-story buildings with and the upper floor dormitory and refectory. Stonework was the one the jewelers' line of the defense against would-be a robber. Although the Agars believed the Cynaric cow are too large and irascible for Vikings to bring on a ship. The cow have survived. The townspeoples in the ruins were the speechless and the immobile, living in a state of the anguish and the confusion. Agars discovered the dead in the dairy after the Viking ships had departed. Sunny did not seem to be suffering from a head injury. Agars chose to take her to the monsters in an attempting to aid her soul's journey to heaven. But it was harder than he thought to raise her up because her still body is unbalanced him. Agar passed by the Cynaric's body as he made his way through the house and out to the door. The air was heavy with the embers, smokes, and the putrid smell of the burned human flesh, even though it appeared to be a midday. The survivors were confused as they observed the additional people, some of whom were driving, returning from the wood.